everyone, welcome. Well, I was just getting ready to film a color along video in my series called Color This with This. And then I saw I was tagged by Erica from Elm Colors to do this cute and spooky coloring tag. So I'm still going to do like the Color This with This video, but then I'm also kind of adding in the tag questions, which is really nice because it's better than anything I was going to chat about. So the timing is perfect for this tag. All right, so I am going to be coloring a page in Spooky Town. This is by Coco Wyo, and I'm going to be using some Crayola products. These are the Crayola Supertips, and they are from the set, the 50 set. So these colors possibly could be in other sets, like smaller sets, but I know I did get them from the 50 set. All right, and then I'm also going to be using some Crayola colored pencils. This is the 24 set. So usually in my series that I do the Color This with This video, I try to pick books and coloring supplies that are relatively budget friendly and also relatively available anywhere. You know, it could be grocery stores or even Amazon, which this book is from Amazon. So there's this book, and then there is also Spooky Girl. I don't remember how much they were. I know they're under like $10. I don't know if they're $5.99, $6.99. I do know that they have like a promotion going on that is a compilation of pages from this book and from Spooky Girl and several other of their books. It's like 100 pages for $9.99, so great deal. And you know, hopefully you guys have Crayola color pencils laying around at home, or you know, you can find them in the grocery stores, so pretty inexpensive too. All right, so thank you, Erica, for tagging me, and thank you, Meg at Disney Meg's Coloring, for creating this tag. Now, you do not have to be tagged to join in on the fun. It's open for everyone, so please feel free to participate. I'll have 10 questions that I'm going to go through while I'm coloring. I do struggle with talking and coloring at the same time. That's usually why most of my videos I do voiceovers. Oh, and I also like to get you a finished page at the end of the video. So hopefully this goes okay and won't be like an hour long. All right, so I am going to find the page here that I'm coloring. And this one, I'm going to put cardstock behind just to protect that page from below. And I may even clip this here. I'm not sure if the Crayolas will bleed through, but just in case, I'm going to add that paper in the back. Okay. So I'll do a little bit of coloring and kind of explaining what I'm doing, and then I'll go through the questions. All right, so the first color I'm going to use is this one. And unfortunately, the Supertips, at least my set, do not have any names on them. I would say I would compare this color to their Seafoam Green and their other markers, which I don't know why they don't put names on these, because that's kind of like the fun of Crayola, is looking at all their fun names. So anyway, I'm going to start this color in the background. All right, so my first question is, what is your favorite Halloween coloring book? So I don't have one favorite, so I'm gonna go through 3 of them. And these are ones that I've had or been my favorites throughout the years. So a few years ago, I was watching Dee Dee Willingham's channel, and she was working in the Camilla d'Erico Cute and Creepy book, and that is probably why I purchased that one, seeing all the pages she was doing in that book. So yeah, I really enjoy that book. I like the mix of, you know, kind of, you know, some things are kind of cute, but then you have some really like creepy stuff. And yeah, I love Dee Dee Willingham's style. She makes everything look like super easy. And so some of my pages I've done like following along her, and then some I've done on my own. So I actually just finished a page today in that book. Maybe I'll give you a sneak peek here because I also did it for Colorfully Optimistic. Her Instagram, she is doing a hashtag of, let's see, it's called Only Orange October. All right, so here is the cute and creepy book, and then I did this page. Only orange, so using orange colors, obviously. So hashtag Only Orange October 2022. All right, so let's see. Last year's favorite book is called A Little Grim World. And the Halloween one, they have Little Grim World and they have a Little Grim World Halloween, and then they also have a Christmas one. I was kind of nervous about doing grayscale, so this is a grayscale book. Oh, hold on, I'll find it. It's a grayscale book by Carlin Douglas. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I would like the grayscale or not, but I actually do. Like, I think it's fun to work in. I can use like lots of different mediums in here, and then the results that you get from it I think are just stunning. So yeah, it takes a little bit of practice and knowing kind of the materials that work best in these to get the right outcome. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book last year. All right, and then this year my favorite has been these books. So Spooky Town and Spooky Girl. I think I like them just because they're a little bit different with the big eyes. And I really like this like heavy black line on here, makes it unique and easy to color in too. Like it's nice to be able to like base everything with marker and then go back in with color pencil to finish it off. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna finish these shapes here, and then I'll go on to the next question. So I'm basically just kind of outlining and then coloring in. I always tell my students outline and color in one direction, leaving no white space. I am gonna work around these little circles here. All right, Crayola is definitely not my first choice to work with, but for students, it's really nice. And it does leave, like, it is nice and vibrant too. So it's fun to work in every once in a while. All right, I am gonna go over with color pencil, but not everywhere, just towards the bottom. All right, you can't really layer these as much as like a Copic or alcohol marker, but you can still layer some. So I'm just gonna come here at the bottom and kind of flick some color up. I want the bottom half and like the sides to be a little bit darker. And like I said, I'll be using color pencil on top, but this will give just some more darker color, darker shade to help it out. All right, next question. Do you prefer cute or scary Halloween? So I'm kind of in the middle. I'm gonna use this light purple for her dress. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't like horror, and I also don't really like the super cutesy Halloween. And I don't know if this was a coloring book question or not, but yeah, so I tend to, well, the books that I went over that were my favorite Halloween coloring books, they kind of represent what I like. I don't, like, I'm kind of in the middle where, you know, I like it kind of scary, but not like horror, blood and guts scary. And then I don't really like the super cutesy images. So yeah. So yeah, these type of books, like the ones that I showed were my favorite, are like the perfect blend of what I like. All right, what is your favorite color palette for Halloween? I am pretty basic, although I love looking at different color palettes, and it just depends on the picture, honestly. But yeah, I tend to gravitate towards traditional Halloween colors. Green, purple, orange, which, funny enough, is going to be the colors that I use in this book, too. And let's see, number 4, what is your favorite Halloween costume? So actually, I do dress up every year. Growing up, my parents were in a car club, and they always had like this big car show and costume party for Halloween. So I always remember dressing up and my parents dressing up. And then when I became a parent, I had to dress up with my kids. You know, I didn't want them to have all the fun. And then now as an adult, I've been in a bunco group for like maybe 15 years now, and we've always had like a Halloween theme bunco, so we always, you know, wear costumes. And so I would say not my favorite costume, but probably one of the most creative ones, or ones that I really had to like work on, was the Haunted Mansion Doom Buggy ride. So I'm going to put a picture up here so you guys can see. I kind of blocked out everyone else just so you can see me. But yeah, so I made this whole costume out of a big cardboard box, spray painted it, printed images, made the little like handlebar in the front of the cart. So it's supposed to be like the Doom Buggy for the Haunted Mansion. And yeah, you see the little ghost like on the side, because, you know, at the end of the ride, you know, you have the like hitchhiker riding with you. So it wasn't my idea. I actually got the idea from my brother, who's always really creative with their costumes. And then I had downloaded the whole like ride sequence, like songs and voices of the Haunted Mansion, and I had it on my phone, and I would like play it throughout the night. So yeah, then I wore the Disney ears and like a Haunted Mansion shirt. So yeah, that was probably like my most creative one. All right, let's see what's next. I think I'll use this kind of caramely color for, I'm gonna pretend like this is like a caramel apple skull head. So we're gonna have caramel dripping down here. And I'm also going to do the pumpkins. So the front pumpkins I'm gonna do in this, let's see, is this the one I want? Yes, so in this lighter orange. So these pumpkins up front are gonna be lighter, and these ones back here are going to be darker, so. All right, my next question, what is your favorite Halloween candy when trick-or-treating? So I love chocolate. Now, the last probably 5-10 years, I'm more of a dark chocolate. Every time I eat like milk chocolate, I'm like, ooh, that is so sweet. But I still love like peanut butter cups, Reese's peanut butter cups. And so the bag that I usually get is a mix of peanut butter cups, Kit Kats, and I don't know what else is in there, but I really like Mounds or Almond Joys too. I'm not like a huge Snickers person, but every once in a while, Snickers just hits differently at Halloween. So yeah, and my kids don't trick or treat anymore. You know, they're older, so I don't get to like go through their trick or treat stuff and look at all the different candy. But for us, when we buy candy for the kids, it is the good mix of Hershey stuff, like peanut butter cups, and even like just the plain Hershey bars, Kit Kats. Ooh, I like the Heath bars too. That's really good. All right, let's see what else. Do you carve or paint pumpkins for Halloween? Definitely carve pumpkins, although there was one year, I think before I got married, my husband and I did a whole bunch of like pumpkin painting. That was fun. And then, but I think since the kids and everything, we've just always carved pumpkins. And I used to, let me get that little spot there. I used to buy a pumpkin for each of us. So we each had to do a pumpkin. And that was obviously when the kids were old enough to do that. And yeah, I think they had fun like picking out their designs and learning how to like trace the design. My son got really good at it, and he was able to do stuff without even like using the little paper cutouts or print stuff out. And I debated on whether or not I wanted to do one this year. But yeah, I can't like not. So yeah, I heard someone else talking about, you know, they didn't like to get messy, which is definitely true. I do not love getting all the goop out of the pumpkin, and I probably am super wasteful. Like, I used to save the pumpkin seeds, and now I don't even want to dig through that to get the pumpkin seeds. And sometimes I think I wonder if I'm allergic to pumpkin, because once I get everything out and I've been digging around in there for a while, my hands are super red and itchy. So maybe I should be wearing gloves, but yeah, so, but yeah, I don't do anything super crazy, at least not anymore. It's just kind of a fun little jack-o'-lantern face. All right, there's the pumpkins. Let me see what I want to do. I think I'm gonna do this one light also. All right, let me finish this one and then I'll go on to the next question. All right, what is your favorite Halloween movie? So this is kind of fun. One of our Halloween traditions, or at least like when the kids were young and used to go trick-or-treating, we would play Halloween movies on our garage door on Halloween. So we would have friends come over, or other neighbors come over, and we would just hang out, watch a movie on the garage while we're passing out candy. I make some really yummy chili. So some of our favorites to play on the garage door, obviously, they have to be like good for all ages, because obviously all kids are like walking by. So Ghostbusters was a good one, Monster House, Hotel Transylvania, and then, so not kid friendly, and just to date myself, the scary movie that left this lasting impression on me is probably Poltergeist. Yeah, that one still creeps me out, and like I don't even like big trees in the backyard because of that movie. So yeah. What is your favorite Halloween song? So now that I don't play movies out on the garage anymore, I usually will still set up outside to pass out candy, and I'll play some Halloween music. So like on my playlist, of course, the first thing that pops up is Thriller. Like, you can't have a Halloween playlist without Thriller. And then the one that gets stuck in my head the most is This Is Halloween from A Nightmare what is that? A Nightmare Before Christmas? Yeah. So I'm not even a big fan of that movie, but for some reason, that one really sticks in my head. All right, let's see. I think I'll do the leaves in this green. Oh, this is a different green, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll do the leaves in this. So this is like a more yellow green. And I realized I missed a little spot there. I'm kind of upset because I was going to do her face in this color, but I can't find it. So all the peach ones that I see are like those colors. So I don't know what happened to that. So I won't do the basing with marker. I'll just do color pencil. All right, the next question is, what is your favorite? Oh no, sorry. Share a Halloween page you plan to color. All right, so I already showed you one that I just finished from Cute and Creepy. The next video I plan on doing will be from this book. So I just haven't figured out which one I want to do. So the video will be for grayscale coloring. Yeah, this one's funny with the pumpkin like rolling down the hill. I don't know if I could do that with the bugs. This one's cute with the cat and got a house in the background. But yeah, it definitely takes some thoughts of, you know, how to color with these like trees and the house in the background. Like you can't do anything too dark at first because it just like covers it up. So you have to find mediums that are a little bit more transparent. This one's super cute, the corn scarecrow. I like that one too with the little mouse, and then you have a little town up here on the hill. So yeah, oh, that one's cool too with the bird. So yeah, it will be from this book. I'm just not sure what it will be yet. All right, and then the last question is, do you decorate for Halloween? And yes, I do. I don't do as much as I used to, unfortunately. But yeah, I love like lights. So I even have like a string of lights on my bookshelf here, like these. Oop, and I just knocked them off. But yeah, so like the candy corn lights, bat lights, ghost lights. Like I like different lights. I have like the jack-o'-lanterns around the house. I used to do like the cobwebs all over the house. And now I usually just keep it to like the fireplace. And then I put like these big spiders going up the fireplace. And then I have like big glass jars that I put like skulls in or spiders. Yeah, so yeah, I do decorate. And then, so I'll take down Halloween stuff, but I do have like some fall leaves and some other like fall decorations that I'll keep out for Thanksgiving. And then December 1st is usually the day that I set up for Christmas. So it was my grandma's birthday, so I usually always try to put up my tree on her birthday because she loved Christmas. And my name is actually Noelle, and so, and I was born in December, so yeah, I love Christmas too, but yeah, Christmas has to start like December 1st for me. Nothing earlier. I like to have Halloween, I like to have Thanksgiving, and then I like to have my Christmas. So yeah. All right, so back to the coloring. That's all the questions. So I'm just gonna color now. I may speed things up too, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so now is color pencil. Actually, I'm actually going to do a little bit of coloring in her hair. So I'm going to color that purple, but I'm just going to like flick up some of this purple. She's going to have some highlights. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I know these ends are going to be darker. So I'm just going to flick up some of that, and then maybe on the ends here. I'll probably leave the highlight like right on the top or like the upper half of the hair. I can always go in with color pencil and fill that in a little bit differently. Okay. All right, now I think I can go into color pencils. So again, this is just the 24 set. And let's see, what am I going to start with? Okay, so I'll start with the background here, and I'm just going to take the, let's see, let's start with green first. Sorry, I should have sharpened these all before. All right, so one thing I do notice about Crayola markers and then using pencil on top, and that is like really light. Let me try, what does this one look like? Oh yes, let me do the dark. This is, oh, well, this is green. I was using, what is that? Yellow green. Nope, I want green. Okay, so you really have to let the markers dry. They can be pretty juicy and wet, so really let those markers like dry out before you try to layer anything on top. So the pencils are very like hard. I don't know, you know, all the contents of them, what, you know, what makes, you know, if it's wax or what's in it, but yeah. All right, so now that I did that lighter green, I'm gonna have to add just a little bit in here so it looks balanced. All right, but you know, they layer okay. It's not like a Prismacolor going on top of a marker, which I've gotten really used to Prismacolors because that's now mostly what I grab for. But when I teach art to the kids, I'm always using color pencils. So, all right, and I know I'm kind of being fast here, but all right, now I think I'll do, let's see how this yellow green looks for going around these circles. All right, so I'm gonna start her face, and I'm gonna start with the peach here. And yeah, I'm just gonna do a super light layer. So like I said, these pencils are really hard, and I always tell my kids, start light and, you know, work your way up to a heavier pressure. It can take some layers, but then again, if you layer too much and go too heavy too quickly, then it definitely gives you that wax bloom, and then there's just nothing you can do. So all right, so I did a really light layer. I don't want her to have too much like tan color because, you know, she looks like she's scared and seeing a ghost right now. So I mean, that's what she looks like all the time because of her big eyes. But all right, so I'm gonna darken just around the eyes where the line art shows there's shadows. And just kind of help frame her face. Okay. And then I'm going to take, all right, there's no lavender or like light purple. So I think I'll be using this, which is the light blue, for shadows. Or actually, maybe I'm gonna shadow a little bit more too with this. This is tan, and yeah, this gives a nice skin tan or skin shadow. Again, just when you're working with Crayola, just be really careful about the pressure and the layering. All right, now I'm gonna go and add this like blue highlight, or not highlight, shadow inside here. I love like purple shadows and blue shadows. I feel like it gives the skin like a nice glow to it, especially like for like a nighttime scene. All right. All right, and then because I want the collar and like the little ruffles around her dress to be white, I'm also going to just do the shadow effect with this blue color. All right, let's see if I have any luck with this white. Sometimes the white blends good. And a tip that I have when using Crayola is to sharpen them before you use them, because I don't know if you can see, like on this one, it has like this cloudiness to it. So I don't know, if you sharpen it, then it kind of gets rid of that cloudiness. I don't know if that would affect anything. It may not like lay down the color as nice at first. So yeah, sharpen them before you use them. All right, and then on the bottom part of her dress, this little ruffle. And the buttons. I don't even know why they put white in with the pencils, because I don't think it does much. The kids always try to use it to blend, and I don't think it blends very good. All right, now I'm gonna add a little bit of blue inside her eyes, just super lightly. I'm holding my pencil back because that's gonna force me to color lighter. And let's add a little bit of pink under her eyes. I'm gonna give a little bit of a shadow under her nose too. Okay, there is her face. Oh, let me do a little bit more shadow down here on her hand. for the dress, I am going to do a dark purple. This is violet. And I want it to go kind of light at the top. So we'll see how we can do this. All right, I might have to, I color like this sometimes, kind of tilting my page. So I'm gonna go a little bit harder pressure down here at the bottom, and I'm just gonna work my way up. Get a nice sharp edge here. All right, let me see what happens when I put this light blue. It definitely doesn't give you like a smooth coverage. It's probably because of the marker. Definitely different than doing it like on top of an alcohol marker or even like a Tombow marker. So yeah, just be aware of that. But I don't really see the marker lines anymore, so that's good. We'll just say her dress is very textured. Yeah, I feel like it gets that wax, it got that wax bloom like super fast. All right, let me do the stockings. All right, and then I think I'm gonna do, let's see. I think I'll do this teal for the other stripe. And I'm gonna shade with that light blue. All right, and then let's see what just regular blue does for an all over shadow, just to darken that up, give it a little bit more contrast on the sides. All right, very nice. Let's see. Okay, so for some of these white areas, the skulls, I'm gonna add a little bit of tan and then blue shadow too. So I'm just gonna go through, kind of shade just really lightly with this, kind of sketchy. And some of these line art that's already there. And maybe I'll fill in the eyes with this color. So yeah, just very kind of sketchy. We want them to look kind of dirty. All right, I'm also gonna do the same thing with the tombstone. All right, and then the light blue will be my nighttime shadow color. Again, I'm not being very precise. And I think I'm gonna do a little bit of gray in here too. All right, I'm pressing really hard to get this kind of mesh all those, like the browns and the blues in here. But I do want it lighter up here at the top, so I'm just going to be careful with the pressure up here. All right, I think I like that. Let's see. I always feel the need to smush the colors, and sometimes the style allows you to not have to have it so like smooth all the time, but I still look at that and I want to smush it. Let me see if I can take my blender. All right, it's a little bit better. Okay. And let's see. Oh, let's work on her hair. So I think I want some like yellow, maybe some green highlights in here. So again, I'm just gonna kind of roughly sketch these highlights. And then I can go through and add some more purple just to darken up these areas here and blend that into that yellow. Again, I think the style of this allows you to have a little bit more of a messy look to it, if that is what you want. Definitely goes fast that way. to my yellow. Pressing a little bit harder now. And let's see, do I want green? I don't know yet. I'm gonna take the peach here. And maybe some of this light blue too. There, well, that turned a few strands a little bit green, so there's my green. All right, back again with the yellow just to kind of finalize that highlight. Okay, I think that's good for now. All right, I'm going to work on the handle here. I'm just gonna use the blue. I'm not gonna worry about those like rope lines. And let's see, let's do the stems. All right, a little bit of yellow, and I think this is jade green, so add some green in there, and a little bit of tan. All right, for the leaves, I'm going to use the green, teal, and probably the light or yellow green. All right, so the way this paper is working with the pencils and the markers, I'm not gonna worry about doing too many layers because I just don't think it will take it. Like, it's already, just even after those two, like, I'm not able to get much more on top of that. So, see what, if I go back over with the green, it does not really wanna put down any more color. Which isn't always the case with them. I think it's just the paper on here that's not allowing it to be its best self. It could also be the way I color. I tend to color super hard and fast, so yeah, it could totally be my coloring style. But like I said, usually I can get a few more layers on here, and even layering on top of the markers, and it's just not allowing it. All right, I'm gonna do some green candy. What else? How about some orange candy? All right, this is red orange. So I'm gonna do like this, the center and inner circle here, this darker color. And then it's gonna get light at the top. All right, some more candy. This one's gonna be like pink and purple. And I noticed I need to color that in back here. That's the back of the pumpkin. I think that's the lollipop stick. And I think I'll color this one tan too. Okay. So pink, and then I'm gonna do a purple on top. Yeah, see, I didn't even put any marker on the bottom of this, and it just doesn't want to blend. Okay, let's see. Oh, the pumpkins. Okay, so let me do one of the lighter ones, and then the darker ones, and then I'll probably turn it off and then come back to you. All right, so I'm going to use a light brown, golden yellow, and yellow orange. Okay, so I'm going to start, like I said, hopefully this goes okay because, like I said, the pencils haven't been layering very good. But the dark brown, or sorry, light brown will be my shadow. So it's going to be in this little crease and then at the bottom. And I am pressing hard. And then orange, yellow orange will go on top, up a little bit higher. And I'm going to leave like the little section right here, the lightest, and I'll put my yellow on top of that. All right, so it's not horrible, but definitely can't work in those colors like you normally could. All right, so I'm gonna continue on and I'll come back when I finish these pumpkins. All right, so I went ahead and finished the bottom and the little candy pumpkin here, and then I did most of these in the background. I left this one for me to do along with you, and I am using mahogany, orange, and golden yellow. Okay, so again, starting off with the shadow down here in the creases and just in these little shadow lines. And then the lightest color just kind of goes and highlights the top. All right. I think for the caramel here, let me see what mahogany looks like. Mahogany might be good. Just a little bit of a shadow. And let's see if I can get any kind of light to go on top of here. A little bit, change the color a little bit. All right, let me add a little bit darker inside here. All right, I am gonna add a little fun things here. So I have some sparkly glitter glue, if I can find them. All right. Oh, they're like right in front of my face. Okay, so these I just got at Michael's. I think they were like $1 or like $1.50 or something. So yeah, they nice sparkly. I think the candy needs to be sparkly. So I'm just gonna squeeze some out and spread it around. And then on the purple one, let's see. There we go. It didn't look like any sparkle was coming out, just goo. All right, there we go. And then I also have, this is the Sakura Jelly Roll glaze. So I think I'm gonna put that on the caramel. All right, well, I did fiddle with this page a little bit more off camera. I noticed there was some type of mark or scratch right here in the paper. So I was trying to cover that little mark up because it was bothering me. So first thing I tried was a dark gray color pencil, and that made it shiny and stand out against the flat black of the paper. So then I erased that, which that made it even worse too, because then the surrounding area got all like weird and shiny also. So then I went for this is soft pastel pencils. And so I grabbed the black one, and that one seemed to do the trick. So I just colored a little bit heavier down here at the bottom, and then kind of off to the side on these trees, and then just took my finger, kind of blended it up, and really tried to blend it out and lighten it up as it got up higher, because I was really not about to color all of those trees, all of that background in the black. So I think that worked. I mean, up close you can definitely see, and I'm gonna try to get the light to catch it. Okay, see that little mark right there? Yeah, I don't know what that was from. All right, so I'll bring this up closer anyway so you can see. Ooh, look at that, the glaze on the caramel skull, and then the glitter in the candy. So perfect little touch of sparkle. All right, so my final thoughts on using the Crayola products. I'm normally, you know, a fan of them. I would say I would not recommend them for this paper. Maybe just individually, like maybe just the markers would be fine, but even color pencils, layering them, I thought was difficult, even without the marker base. So I've done several pictures with the technique of using markers and then color pencils on top, and using alcohol markers and like Prismas or other mediums have been just fine. So anyway, I just thought maybe you'd like to see an up close view of what the color pencils look like. Overall, I think it's a very like vibrant page. So I like the color palette, very Halloween-ish. And yeah, so that was just my only issue. I am going to tag colored by Maia, Grumble Bunny, and Rachel Henderson. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.